before I went to Ohio State. I looked up Ohio State like vlogs slash videos, and a lot of them are only from a particular demographic. A lot of them are usually white students posting videos about Ohio State, and not really getting that feeling of what it is like to be at Ohio State as a student of color. So first things first, something that I'm real surprised that doesn't show up in these vlogs is racism. Racism is very prevalent at OSU. This is specifically microaggressive racism, okay? So I started this grassroots organization called I Too Am a Buckeye, which basically highlighted the different things that people had said to students of color on campus that were offensive. I'll put the link below in the description. I made an Instagram account for it. It's instagram.com/I2am-a-Buckeye. And so, let me see here. The statistics for people entering OSU, this is on the OSU page, as of the freshman class of 2016. Let's see here. Total enrollment, 59,482. Total minorities, 11,088. And of those minorities, only a little bit over 3,000 are African American, 3,700 Asian American, and Hispanic around 2,300. So the demographics are not very large, obviously, for the minorities on campus. It was crazy to me when I used to be there and people would be like, oh my god, OSU is so diverse, like, it's so amazing. No, it's really not. Like, I come from New York City. OSU has a lot of progress to do in terms of diversity. I mean, there's a lot of, and not even just that, like, they would love to say, the faculty would be like, oh yeah, OSU is in the city, the 15th largest city in the nation. But as if that's to say, like, it's very diverse, but clearly it's not. And these are the statistics for the enrollment of minorities within 2016, so they're not very different from now being 2017. They look very similar to statistics when I looked at them back in college in like 2014. So also, Hale Hall, which is a Black cultural center on campus, there was a year where they were basically vandalized with racist comments. I was also RA for 3 years, and I remember I had this one resident, and she was like, oh my gosh, I went into the multicultural center for an event, and I went into one of the larger rooms there where they host events, and she said that there were so many black people there, so she had to leave because she felt uncomfortable. Yeah. So Ohio State has a lot to work on in terms of that. Racism is very big there. You'll have a lot of the like sorority white students, fraternity white students who only hang out with their white friends, who get uncomfortable with the talk of white privilege. Not really, yeah, you'll have a lot of that stuff going on, and you'll have a lot, also if you're RA, a lot of residents who are like, oh, I come from this small town, it's somewhere in Ohio, where their graduating class was only like maybe like 50, 80 people, and so to this is big to them. But for someone like me that comes from a big metropolitan area, this was very small, so it was a culture shock for me. I remember when I had told my roommate my freshman year that I was Dominican and Colombian, and she goes, oh, so does that mean that you like Mexican food and like Chipotle, and like, do you like Taco Bell? Are you a fan of tacos? Oh my gosh. So that's something that I wish I was just more aware of before I had entered. I probably wouldn't have gone to Ohio State if I had realized that, but whatever. Okay, second thing, resources. So there's a lot of good useful resources on campus. Starting with, okay, first let's start off with your Buck ID. It gives you free, it's a free bus card to anywhere that you want, free CODA pass. I highly recommend exploring the city. I recommend going to coastside. Don't just go to like gentrified areas in this city, like for example the Short North, or like a German Village, or don't go to like the bougie parts. Go and explore different places. Go to like, you can go on Olentangy River Road for like the Olentangy River Trail for like their hike. Go to the Park of Roses, which is located in Clintonville. There's just good Asian market spot, Tetsuki Market and like Sushi Tent on Henderson and Kenny Road. I recommend going there. Let me see where else. North Market's cool to check out downtown too. Now these are mostly food spots. Let me see. I don't know. Just look up different things in Columbus and on weekends. Go out and explore. Get away from campus. So this video is obviously geared a little bit more to geared towards people who live on campus. Also, let me see here. The gym. The gym is free. I cannot stress this enough. Go and work out. It is a stress reliever. And if you are on the heavy side and you feel self-conscious, you know what? Life is too short. People are dying every single day. Who cares? Go get your workout in. Do what you need to do. Okay? You get the RPAC is amazing. That's one thing I will have to say about Ohio State that I was impressed with. The rec center. It's awesome. You have the tennis courts, the racquetball courts. You got the basketball courts that you can go to, and just all the gym equipment that's there. Sometimes it gets real crowded though. I liked to go to, because I was living on South Campus and I was at RA in Park Stradley. I think it's called JO South. I never really went to JO North, but JO South was nice when you didn't go towards the busy times. I liked going either really, really late at night or super early in the morning. You're less likely to see people there, especially as many as like in the RPAC. Now in the RPAC, there's even great classes like I think it's called TRX. That was a real booster. If you're looking to lose weight, I highly recommend to TRX or to at least tone up. And don't be intimidated by like the first couple months at OSU or like at the first couple months of a semester. People will be like, oh yeah, I'm going to this class or I'm going to the gym, so it'll be a little bit more crowded, but then they usually fall off and give up and they don't actually commit to their schedule that they decided. So yes, use the gym too. Also, Facebook groups. I'm not a Buckeye fan. I could care less about the Buckeyes. But I remember my cousin and my brother came and I wanted to show them, they wanted to see a Buckeye game. So I bought tickets on a Facebook group. Someone was selling them for really cheap because they couldn't go that day and they were like 10, 15 bucks a pop. So make sure that you join these Facebook groups online. I think they have like a Facebook group usually for like your class. And then you can find ones for like furniture, people buying, selling stuff for real cheap, and football tickets as well. And let's see what else. Oh, counseling services. So there's this big stigma on counseling, like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. Why would you recommend that I do counseling? Counseling is just great to have someone to talk to about everything that you're going through that isn't in your personal life, who can have a real objective point of view of it. And also with counseling, I think you get 10 free sessions per year. And you can choose whether you want to do group counseling as well. Now, I didn't even know this, but there is a woman of color group counseling on campus. I was the first Latina to join. There was one Indian girl in it, and all the other students were non-Hispanic Black. And so I made amazing relationships there, and it was very empowering. And I felt understood with as being a woman of color in a predominantly white campus. Now, a lot of Latinas don't usually like to, especially a lot of Latinos don't usually like to identify themselves as a woman of color because they don't want to be stigmatized with the whole like black being black. Because there are a lot of Afro-Latinas. If you're Dominican, you're black. If you're Puerto Rican, you're black. But they didn't want to do that because that's a whole other thing. Anyways, whatever. So I recommend going to counseling services for that. You know, find something your niche, whether it's being gay or being, I don't know, any ism or feeling marginalized in any aspect of your life. There's probably a counseling group for it. It's usually on the down low though. Definitely check out counseling services, visit them, ask about it. It's right there in the Youngkin Success Center. So yeah. And let's see what else. Oh, also, sexual assault survivors. So I was raped during my sophomore year by a student on campus, and they do have a sexual advocacy center at OSU. So let me see here. Now, if any of you guys want, I can put these on here. Yeah, advocacy.osu.edu/sexual, let me see, sexual-violence. So it's located in Lincoln Tower. I remember I called one of the faculty members there, told them what had happened, and they scheduled me in for a counseling session. It's free, and you can go there and decide, and they'll work with you if you want to press charges or not. Sexual assault is a huge problem on college campuses, and it goes both ways for female and males. There's more statistics on females are more likely to be open about it, but still not very much than if it was a male, because they'll feel emasculated, basically, as if they were to report such a thing. So definitely check out the counseling services that you can go to. The Student Advocacy Center is a very useful place to go to if you have been sexually assaulted. Do use the resources that are there for you on campus. I cannot stress that enough. They helped me also write a note to my teachers as to why I wasn't getting as good as grades as other people in the classes, and I was able to submit some work in late, and some professors were just lenient towards me in my final grade. So use that. Thirdly, what I'd like to say is, oh yeah, mirror lake jump. I do not understand why people want to do that. Ew, I do not want to go into a pool of drunk people with feces, pee, vomit, who knows what else. People have broken their necks going to the mirror lake jump because it's so crowded, it's so small, and people just get rowdy and insane. Like, oh my gosh. It is okay if you don't want to do what other people want to do on campus that are considered like major traditions. That's okay. I think also the Buckeye chocolate, it's not very good. It's kind of gross. I prefer dark chocolate, not milk chocolate. Don't feel like you have to fit in. I wish someone had told me this. I wish someone that had told me that it's okay to explore different majors. It's okay. Choose random elective classes. I took glass blowing and like an animation class. Oh, take advantage also of choosing online classes. So that way you maybe have 2 online classes. That way you only have 4 to go to if you're doing like 18 credits, or 3 to go to if you're doing 15 credits. So that way it's easier for you to balance out. Just be on top and keep a calendar of like different things that I do with the online classes, because sometimes it's hard to keep track and to actually remember when, oh, okay, I gotta complete this because it's an online class. You think, oh yeah, no, it's fine. I'll check at the end of the week to stay on top of it. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I wish someone had told me that don't do things just because your friends do them. Don't do things just because it's an Ohio State tradition. Do things because you want to do them. And don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to, I don't know, get out of your comfort zone. And to just be unapologetically yourself. A lot of the things going on with freshmen, I remember a lot of things people told me my freshman year was to get involved, and I did. I became an RA and I joined like the student association at times, but even then I had a problem with the Latino Student Association, LSAs, because it was like really divided between the Hispanics who could speak Spanish and the Hispanics who didn't speak Spanish, and there was like a clique between like the Puerto Ricans and the Mexicans, and there was just a lot of, I don't know, separation with that. It's not what I felt like I wanted for a community. But back to the point, sorry I get off track here in different tangents a lot. Explore and do different things that you maybe didn't think that you were interested in, and don't give in to peer pressure. So just, yeah, I mean, let me see, did I miss anything here that I wanted to tell you all? No, I think that's pretty much it. Wexner Center is a cool place too to go to. All your events are free there with your Buck ID, so use that too. And you get a bunch of discounts in town to do things in Columbus using your Buck ID. Look that up and see what those are. And I think that's basically it. Most importantly, take care of your mental health. I cannot stress this enough. Do what's best for you. Check in with how you're feeling, whether that's counseling or keeping in touch with your family members, unless you don't have family members that you feel like you can vibe with or confide in that are ignorant. Okay, don't do that, but have a trust group of people that you can do, even like 3 people that you can go to just check in and see where you are, because especially as someone who was dorming from New York City in Ohio into a place where I knew no one, it was very lonely at first, and I felt it was very hard for me to relate to students who came from these small towns, and so it helped with becoming an RA, even with the problems that there are in res life, and the lack of diversity that there is on campus. It helps to get involved with certain things. So yeah, and that's basically it. Honestly, you're going to learn so much about yourself in your undergraduate career. And it's not going to be easy, but that's the beauty of it. If life was easy, what would be the fun of it? You need challenges. So that way, not only do you learn about yourself, but also it helps you grow as a person. And so, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, well, I'm going to provide some links below, like on the statistics, Student Advocacy Center, the I2 on my Buckeye page. And thank you so much for watching. I hope this was a little bit helpful. And yeah, alright.